Oh, lordy. Lots of G.I. Joe, guys. Lots of G.I. Joe classified in this video. This is just a good old-fashioned toy haul. I got this stuff just piling up here. So I got a lot of stuff, a lot of G.I. Joe stuff that came in all at the same time. Wasn't expecting this. So we're going to go over that. I got a couple other things, couple Marvel Legends. I bought something again that I used to have back in the early 2000s that I missed, and I got it again in the collection. So stay tuned, we'll see what that is. Alright guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm just trying different things here. So first thing you're going to notice is I'm filming this in 30 frames per second instead of 60 frames per second. So it might look a little different. Hopefully it improves with the lighting and stuff. I noticed a lot of graininess in like the last video. Anyway, not that you give a freaking flying crap about that. And then I'm just trying to like experiment with format. Basically, I just want to kind of talk about the stuff that I like. That's all I'm trying to do here, guys. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just talking about the crap that I like, that my family doesn't understand, that my like friends that don't collect don't freaking understand. I'm just trying to talk to you guys about it because chances are, if you're watching this, you probably are into this kind of stuff. So that's what we're doing here. That's what the purpose of this channel is. I'm going to start with this stuff here. This is odds and ends. This is what this segment's called, is just odds and motherfucking ends. Yeah. It's not action figure related. I mean, it's like kind of pop culture and like geek culture related. Anyway, I'm just going to get into it. I bought 2 new 4K movies. Oh, freaking yes, Alamo Drafthouse. I love movies in general. The first one I bought is I would say, is my second favorite movie of 2025. Right now, could change. But it's my second favorite movie. It's Fantastic Four First Steps. I thought it was fantastic. Wow. This is unscripted, and I couldn't have picked a better descriptive word than frickin' fantastic. This was a great movie. There you go, guys. Fantastic Four First Steps 4K. Get to see Galactus in 4K now on my TV. Hell frickin' yes. And then I got this one right here. This was my number 2 favorite movie until I saw Fantastic Four, and then it moved to number 3. Still a frickin' amazing movie. F1, Brad Pitt, Formula 1 racing, such a great movie. If you're wondering what my number 1 favorite movie of the year is, stay tuned because I'm about to buy that 4K movie, and I'll show you which one that is because it's such a damn good movie. If you watch my channel, you probably hear me frickin' raving about it. Anyway, let's get into... Oh, I got one more odds and end. Odd and end. What's the singular of odds and ends? Anyway, Empire Strikes Back, my favorite movie of all time. And I remember vividly loving and cherishing my Empire Strikes Back movie card set when I was a kid. I have the full set in like a binder. But wouldn't it be cool if I was to find like some of my favorite cards from that set graded in like a nice grade, like a PSA 9. And guess what? Here's the first one in that collection. It's an Empire Strikes Back from 1980, and it's right after frickin' Luke falls to the bottom of Bespin, and he uses the Force to communicate with Leia. She turns the damn Millennium Falcon around, and they save him. But I just love this card so much. I love this card so much. There's a lot of cards in this set that I love, and this is going to be a new thing that I collect, is PSA graded. Probably I'm going to try and go for 9s, but graded Empire Strikes Back movie cards. There's the... I love these so much. Let's get into these G.I. Joe classifieds because that was the thumbnail. That's probably what I'm going to title this damn video because there's a lot of classified stuff that shipped all at once, including this babe, freaking CoverGirl. Boom. This is the second CoverGirl, vast improvement, and this is more like the look of her in the comic book right now, the Energon Universe G.I. Joe comic book. She just had a great like little tiny arc with Baroness, and they went up against Raptor and Major Blood. Awesome little arc there, but yeah, check out that frickin' G.I. Joe comic book. If you're into comic books, if you're not into comic books and you want to get into comic books, check out the G.I. Joe comic book. It's been so good so far. Started with like a Duke series, a Cobra Commander series. They did a Scarlet series. and then the Joe series. It's awesome. But here's CoverGirl. So I got her. I was really excited about these first responders, and I have the firefighter on the way, but I was really excited about these. I think I talked about these in a previous video that I wanted to get a couple of these guys. My uncle was a police officer his entire career in Washington, D.C. And then when he retired, he became head of security at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. So I'm a big supporter of police officers and first responders. So I bought 2 of the police officer G.I. Joe classified figures. So how freaking yes. So the idea, if you didn't catch my previous video, up here, am I looking at the right spot? Is a classified like kind of dynamic display where I have like figures posed. And I kind of had an idea for these guys to be like the first responders to Cobra doing some bad stuff, and they were gonna be like overpowered big time, and then the Joes come in, help them out, and then I was thinking about throwing in some like superheroes too, but I might not need to do that based on something that's in this haul here. I got this 2-pack here. I'm excited for this 2-pack, but at the same time, one of the figures could have been done a little differently, and I'll talk about that right now. It's the Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer 2-pack. And the figure I'm talking about is the Mercer. The Mercer could have been bigger. Because in the comic book, he's a big ass dude. Like in the Energon Universe comic book right now, he's still with Cobra and he's gigantic. Like a towering person. Like frickin' Jack Reacher, Alan Richardson size. He would be a good Mercer if they did some kind of movie. But anyway, he should be bigger. He should be Sergeant Slaughter's size. Just saying. That could have made this 2-pack even better, but I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to have Mercer in the collection. All right. Who needs Juggernaut or like Blob or someone gigantic running around causing havoc when you can instead have this? Boom. I got the snake armor. This thing looks huge, first of all. Absolutely huge, which is really cool, because I always thought, I have the original toy somewhere up there. I think that's it right there. I have the original toy, and he always seemed kind of small. Like he's supposed to be like a big menacing like armor, like an undefeatable like armor, but he was kind of small. And this really does it justice. This is basically like a mech suit, and this looks fantastic. So instead of having Juggernaut frickin' running around destroying shit, I'm gonna have a freaking big ass snake armor there. So that's definitely gonna work out. I like that a lot. And then this one, I don't even remember freaking pre-ordering this one, but apparently I did, and it arrived from Hasbro Pulse. And I like it because it's got another one of the 13 original G.I. Joes as part of it. This is Hawk with the MMS, the Mobile Missile System. There's Hawk. Before he donned a leather jacket and his hair turned gray and he wore a helmet, he wore the green fatigues there. So I like getting the 13 original figures. I like that they redid Breaker, and I have Hawk now, so that's pretty badass. And then the Mobile Missile System will look good. I'll put it up there, somewhere up there. I'm running out of room up there, but I have an idea. Do you want to hear what the idea is? Okay, I'll tell you. The idea, see all the hot toys here? See all the figures here? The idea, when I get shit off the floor here, because there's a lot of stuff on the floor which I'm gonna part with, is to swap so that all this stuff is the figure stuff, and there's an extra detail up there so the dynamic display can be longer, more stuff up there. And then the hot toys will go right there. And then the hot toys will also extend it into the Billy bookcase, which is off camera. And then I have this other cabinet here, which will probably have hot toys as well. So we'll see how that goes. I gotta get all this stuff off the floor first before I do that. Let's get into the Marvel Legends. And from Marvel Legends, we have 2 freaking awesome figures. One is a retro figure, which I needed. One is a X-Men 97 figure, which I wanted because I have an idea for him. The idea for him, I'll tell you right now, I know the Sentinel, the X-Men 97 Sentinel will be shipping soon, and I'm so excited for that. The idea is to try and maybe for one of the poses for the Sentinel, recreate the Days of Future Past cover where the Sentinel is frying Wolverine. Wolverine's like kind of, I think he was jumping towards it, and the Sentinel's just destroying him, just like freaking zapping him. And this is why I got this one, the X-Men 97 Wolverine, or the Logan, is I was going to use this figure to kind of try and recreate that picture. And then the other one I got is this X-Men Retro Marvel Legends Storm. This is the look she had when they were in the Outback. So she had two looks in the Outback. When they started the Outback X-Men, she had the mohawk, and then when they ended the Outback X-Men run, she looked like this. She had the longer hair, and then the longer clothes. The Outback run is what got me into comic books, so very, very excited to get that and to build my Outback X-Men. All right, it's a new day. Yes, it is. All right, so let's continue on with this toy haul. I got sidetracked yesterday, so continuing on, it's the very next day. And we're gonna move on to some AE Dub. And I say some, but it's one figure. But for some reason, I bought two of these. I don't know why I bought two, but it's the Supreme Will Ospreay. I don't need two of these. I only need one. I think I got two because he has like the different pants there, and I was gonna have them both displayed, but why am I buying in excess? I don't need to do that. I'm trying to thin the herd, not buy in excess. I don't need to do that. That was stupid. But I'm very happy that I got this figure because it looks freaking fantastic, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers, period, right now. He's one of the best, I think. All right, I actually have one more Marvel Legends figure and one more G.I. Joe Classified figure. I actually decided to pick this up yesterday afternoon after talking about it in this very video. I got another first responder, not a police officer, but a firefighter. It looks really, really good. Really happy to get that one there. And then I got Emma. I went to Target, I picked up the firefighter, I went back to the toy aisle, I saw Emma there, they also had Sunspot. They had everyone but Cable. I had this pre-ordered at Big Bad Toy Store, saw it on their pegs, decided to pick out the one with the best paint job, and canceled my pre-order with Big Bad. Sorry, Big Bad, but if I'm finding it at retail before you guys get it in, I mean, it said that you weren't going to be getting yours until November, so sorry about that. All right, I got two new Hot Toys here. I'm trying to slow down on the Hot Toys, but they keep pumping out really, really good figures. But before that, I repurchased something that I used to have. All right, so I originally had this. I bought this in the early 2000s when it first came out from the store. I think from Toys R Us at the time, as a matter of fact, in Allen, Texas. And then I think it made the trip with me to Cincinnati. But then it didn't make the trip with me from Cincinnati back to Texas because it was too big. I was trying to get rid of some larger items, and two of which I kind of regret getting rid of. One of which is the Boulder Hill playset from Mask, which, I don't know, I still don't have room for it as it is. But the second one, this one I kind of do have room because it's more vertically displayed than horizontally, if that makes sense. It is very large, and I'm very happy that I was able to find it. I give full credit to Mr. Dave Ryan. He found it at Dallas Vintage Toys, gave me the heads up, and picked it up for me from there. And then I just paid him back when I saw him again. But thank you, Dave, for finding this. He knew that it was kind of a grail of mine, and I wanted to reacquire it. I have a lot of memories of this thing from when my oldest, who is now 15, was a toddler, and she used to play with this thing that you're about to see, and then she also played with the Millennium Falcon, the Legacy big Millennium Falcon that I have. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the AT-AT, AT-AT, whatever you want to call it. I call it an AT-AT, but here it is. Freaking awesome. Of course, I already took it out of the box and I assembled it. I put it all on the floor in this office. I assembled it. I had a lot of fun doing that. It brought back memories. It was kind of nostalgic, even though this thing was built in like the early 2000s, but yeah, it's big. And again, it displays vertically as opposed to horizontally. So I could put it on something and it just kind of goes up as opposed to the left or the right, if that makes any sense at all. But here you go. Hell frickin' yes. And we're gonna end this toy haul with 2 Hot Toys pickups. I picked these 2 up. The reason I picked these 2 up is because I like the Ahsoka series, and I was very, very surprised to see this in the Ahsoka series. I did not know that they were gonna do this, but I'm very happy they did. They actually did the flashback to the Clone Wars, and they made Anakin's Clone Wars outfit kind of canon. You know, you had only seen his outfit and you had only seen this character in the cartoon, but because they appeared in the live action, it kind of canonized their looks from the Clone Wars. Anyway, what did I pick up? I picked up Ahsoka, Padawan Ahsoka from the flashback scene in the Ahsoka series. I got that one, and then of course, I got Anakin. And yes, if you're friends with me on Facebook, I did make fun of this head sculpt when they first showed the preview pictures, but I did already open him, and if you can see him, he's right there, and I really, really like the head sculpt actually. I gotta say, it's probably like the most accurate Hayden Christensen head sculpt Hot Toys has ever done. It's very, very screen accurate, so good job on that head sculpt, even though I made fun of it. Kind of looks weird in this picture too, but it looks great in person. And if you purchase this figure, let me know in the comments, what do you think of the head sculpt? I think it's fantastic. But there you go, Hot Toys, Ahsoka, Clone Wars flashback scene, Anakin Skywalker. That, my friends, is the haul. No comics in this one, but if that's something you do want to continue to see, kind of did a montage style in the last one. I had a couple people say that they wanted to hear me talk more about comics, but I don't know if the general audience of this channel actually likes comic books or collects comic books. Just let me know in the comments. Is that something you want to see or no? If I don't see any comments that say, hey, bring back the comic books, I'm not going to bring back the comic books, but just kind of experimenting with the channel. I collect a lot of stuff, as you could see, so just trying to figure out what I can share that most people will enjoy seeing. I just want to kind of put stuff out there that people are going to appreciate and comment on and say, hey, I got that too, that's pretty cool. Anyway, have fun collecting, guys. I will see you in the next video. Adios for now, and goodbye.